What's going on, guys? Welcome to NFL Week 15. I know the games start here, and I'm cutting it closer and closer every single week. The game's starting in about 40 minutes, so I'm making another quick video. Last week, tough week. I had the Thursday night game right with Minnesota. I had Buffalo against Tampa last week at plus 3.5, and somehow that game didn't cover after Buffalo won the coin toss in overtime. And Tampa Bay you don't see that too often where the team that gets the ball second ends up getting a touchdown. Tough beat there. So yeah, just some tough beats last week. Last week, if you did well, I mean, congrats, I guess. But the public cleaned up last week. Vegas got absolutely waxed. So maybe it was a good week, if you didn't do well. As funny as that sounds, because at the end of the day, again, it's long-term, guys. Last week was just a week where public bettors were winning left, right, and center. There were 6-7 games where like the heavy favorites won the game. The Bucks winning by more than a field goal had no business. But there was many games like that last week. The one game where I was on the wrong side for sure, I think was the Washington game. Although they had a chance for a backdoor cover at the end against Dallas. I think Dallas at the end of the day, although they were a public side, I think the Cowboys were a right side. I knew going into that week, I'm like, of all my picks this week, Washington is one where I'm not too crazy about. I feel like I was definitely on the wrong side there. But otherwise, some bad beats. Last week, a lot of bad beats for a lot of really sharp bettors. And we're looking to have a better week this week. So I was on the Indianapolis Colts last night, -2. They got the win there, so we're off to 1-0 start here going into Sunday. I got 2 plays for today. The first one's a 1 o'clock game. We got the Buffalo Bills at home against the Carolina Panthers, and I'm taking the Bills -11.5. This is a week where you got to be careful taking the big favorites, because Vegas is going to correct itself. They're going to come back and with some sharp lines and really try to get their money back from last week. But this is a game here I don't mind laying a big number, because I think Buffalo is just. Some people might be on Carolina because they think of it as a sandwich game, because Buffalo, had New England a couple weeks ago, had Tampa last week, and they have New England again next week. And in between all this, they have Carolina, and they might look past them. I don't think so. It's late in the season now, and Buffalo's lost 4 of their last 6. They're going to be focused for this game. They're just the way they've been playing. If Buffalo was hot running into this game, maybe I do fade them a little bit. But the fact that they need this game bad, this is kind of like the Rams against the Jags a couple weeks ago. It's a get-right game. Buffalo, I think, is just going to lay the hammer. The second reason I like Buffalo, Carolina has no quarterback. They have no offense. I don't really think it matters if they put Walker, Newton, Sam Darnold. They're all trash. So Carolina just can't score points. And the third reason I like them is because Buffalo can win by margin. They're 7-6, and their net points are like plus 120, 140, which means they lose close games, and when they win big. Their 7 wins have been by average of 26 points. So they're more than capable of winning by margin. I'm not going to lay a number. Like if Minnesota's laying 10 points against the Lions, I'm probably not taking Minnesota because they play close games. The Bills, when they win big. Carolina, although their defense is really good, they don't have anything on offense. It's late in the season. That defense is going to be tired, give up. Their season's over. They're going into a cold, windy Buffalo. The Bills, come on. This has a 31-14 type game written all over it. Give me the Bills -11.5. And the second game I got today is a Sunday nighter. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's 11.5 point favorite. I am taking New Orleans plus 11.5. This week is tough. This is a really tough week because of the COVID situation in the NFL. So a lot of lines are all over the place. A couple of games are being postponed. A lot of guys missing, all this kind of stuff. Sean Payton's not going to be on the sidelines tonight for New Orleans, which does worry me a little bit, because Sean Payton in a primetime game and a division game, he's going to have something up his sleeve. But I'm still going to hate New Orleans because this is a division game, and New Orleans has given Brady fits since his time in Tampa Bay. Tampa at home, laying a big number. Yes, they are more than capable of winning by margin. And New Orleans, offensively, yes, they're a question mark. Maybe, similar to Carolina, you can make the same case. Well, New Orleans has a good defense, getting a lot of points on the road, but with a bad offense. The difference between New Orleans and Carolina is New Orleans still has somewhat of an outside shot of the playoffs. And I think New Orleans is getting Taysom Hill back, which he can't pass, but he's a running quarterback. They have Kamara back. They're going to try to establish a run. And it's not going to be easy to run against Tampa Bay. But I think even if they can, they're going to work on check down passes, screen passes, not going to throw the ball downfield. And Tampa Bay defensively is not the same team as last year. I think the Saints can easily score 21 points tonight. And if they do, I think that's enough. Tampa Bay can't score 35, 38 points every single game. I think an 11.5 with a really good defense, really well coach team, even without Sean Payton, having Kamara back, establishing more of a run. I think New Orleans will be able to keep this game close. So those are my 3 picks. I did have the Colts last night -2. I got the Bills -11.5, and I'm going to take New Orleans +11.5. A lot of games that initially I was liking early in the week, but as the week went on, it just made it more complicated with who was in, who was out. The lines were all over the place. This seemed almost like a week 17 type of week where the lines were just inflated or a lot bigger than they normally would be because a lot of guys were out. And in a week where Vegas is already trying to rebound after a disastrous week 14, you do have to be careful. So I'm just sticking to those 3 plays. Last week, you guys, again, bad week, 1-3, but I can live with the Bills loss. I can live even with the Giants I took against the Chargers last week. I can live with that one. I feel like those were sharp picks. The Washington one I was on the wrong side of, but it was the bad beat for a lot of really good bettors last week. So we're looking to rebound here in week 15, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Good luck in week 15. I haven't had a good week in a little bit, but we're trying to grind out the last few weeks of the season and really try to finish strong heading into the playoffs. Good luck, guys, and let's get them.